América, estamos transmitiendo desde hermosa 1470 AM, 96.9 FM. Les habla Lilia Galindo. Tengo al superintendente del Antelope Union High School District, Greg Nehen, y tenemos a Ana Peña. Ella es la coordinadora de aprendices de inglés y nos ayuda siempre con la interpretación del inglés. Vamos a tomar, we are going to take a phone call, ¿eh?
Okay.
Buenos días. Who is this? Hola, Marcos.
Good morning, Marcos.
Ah, ah.
That's correct.
A ver, la pregunta que está haciendo Marcos es que dice que históricamente ha habido cierta discriminación en el trato de estudiantes, principalmente los de color, y dice que en el día de hoy incluso hay una protesta que van a estar fuera de qué escuela es. Highland, para protestar contra el tratamiento que se le da a los estudiantes con disabilidades y que son principalmente afroamericanos y hispanos, y qué es lo que está haciendo él para mejorar la situación.
So that's a great question, Marcos. We have a large population of special education students, and they range from students who need just a little bit of additional support to students who need full support for the rest of their lives. We aim to treat all students equally. We aim to provide the necessary supports for all students. I can't speak to the long history of the district and the Valley. We know that we continue to face challenges, and as those challenges are brought to our attention, or as we begin to understand them, we address them. We're working with faculty and staff on understanding our student population and our community better. We have met with Cancel the Contract a couple of times. There's always claims that there are a number of students and instances, and we would always ask, bring those to our attention, give us specifics, let us investigate, let us address.
El señor Nehen contesta la pregunta explicando que en nuestro distrito tenemos estudiantes que necesitan bastante apoyo en lo que es la educación especial y también apoyo que tal vez continúe por el resto de su vida. Ahora nosotros como distrito ofrecemos servicios y apoyos para estos estudiantes. Hay ciertos comentarios sobre la forma en que el distrito maneja estas situaciones, y lo que el señor Nehen indica es de que siempre que hay un comentario o una preocupación, de que lo traigan a las oficinas, que platiquen con ellos sobre lo que está pasando. Ellos se han reunido con Cancel the Contract, que es la organización que está en este momento dando estos comentarios, y han tratado de llegar a un acuerdo en lo que está pasando.
And I could add just another small example. This past Saturday, understand who our community, what's the community that we serve, and let them understand and begin to learn who the district is. What does the district stand for? What are we all about, and who are the faces of the district?
El señor Nehen da otro ejemplo. Este sábado tuvimos un evento en nuestro distrito y era una celebración multicultural sobre todo lo que tenemos aquí en el distrito y nuestro valle. Tuvimos presentaciones de diferentes culturas, tuvimos más de 40 organizaciones llegando y ofreciendo sus servicios, explicando lo que está disponible en nuestro distrito y en nuestra comunidad. Fue una celebración de lo que somos, aprendiendo más de nuestros estudiantes y de nuestra comunidad.
Mm-hmm.
And having said that, you did have representatives from agents of change speaking out, in particular about more active shooter trainings, more realistic settings for the students, by the students. So, what is the district doing to address that and have concrete drills that means that this will get preventive measures in place in preventing future active shootings on our schools? Because gun rights right now and killing and gun control are the number one killers of teenagers nationwide. So, what is the position of the school to help offset that now and in the future?
La pregunta a estudiantes y a nuestro plantel sobre estas situaciones, él está pidiendo también actuaciones o preparación más activa sobre lo que son los tiroteos en las escuelas.
So a great question. Yeah, we had a group of students come out and do a very passionate presentation to our board. And this is a reality that students face today. This is, they are very frightened by the prospect. And we're always committed to the security and safety of our students. We want them to come and feel safe and secure, and we want them to genuinely be physically secure on our campuses. So one of the requests of this group of students was to facilitate a follow-up meeting with some district staff, which we will absolutely do. And they've made some suggestions that are very, they're reasonable, they're practical, and so that we'll work with district staff and site security staff to implement some of these additional changes. And we're always looking at the kind of being on the cutting edge of security, being on the forefront of keeping our students safe.
El señor Nehen responde de que él sí está al tanto y nuestro distrito está al tanto de la gravedad de esta situación que son los tiroteos en las escuelas. Recientemente un grupo de estudiantes hizo una presentación en nuestra mesa ejecutiva sobre exactamente esto, las situaciones con los tiroteos y qué se podría hacer. Ellos han pedido que también el distrito se reúna en unas juntas y platiquen sobre lo que se puede hacer y qué recursos adicionales podemos ofrecer para esto de los tiroteos. El señor Nehen también indica de que nuestra prioridad principal es que nuestros estudiantes estén seguros, se sientan seguros cuando vienen a la escuela, así que definitivamente esto es una prioridad para el distrito.
Gracias, Marco, por tu llamada.
Thank you, Marco. Good talking to you.
Bye-bye. Do you know, I really like what you say. Come with the specifics, because do you know, otherwise you are not able to resolve the problems. I know that they want to complain, but if they really want to fix the problem, they have to come to the board meetings like they are doing and say, okay, this is the problem and we want to sit with you and we are going to take about this case, about this other case, and then you can really know exactly what's going on and how can you resolve it, no?
Yeah, absolutely. Specifics are incredibly helpful, and it's very easy to say that there's a long history of abuse. There's easy to make very broad and non-specific or generic claims, but when we get details, that's when we can act.
Lilia comenta sobre lo importante que es venir con detalles, ejemplos con detalles sobre lo que está pasando en vez de un comentario general. El señor Nehen indica que es exactamente lo que necesitamos, ya que no podemos averiguar o investigar un comentario en general, solo los detalles son importantes para poder llegar a un acuerdo y resolver.
Efectivamente, pues sin duda alguna hay muchos problemas. I know that there is a lot of problems that you have. Another problem that I was seeing is that you don't have enough teachers, no? You have a recruitment problem, not only here, but all around the country. And also, we live in an area that, in my opinion, is not very attractive for many people. They come, they stay here, they pass probation, and then they leave. And that is a big problem because then, for example, do you know how I came to live in this area? I was the last one in the eligibility list for a position in LA County, the last one. Eh? Nobody else wanted to come. Then they brought me. Lucky that I was good. But I can imagine that you could get the people that doesn't have enough quality, or is more difficult, more challenging to update them? I don't know. What do you think about that?
So, Lidia pregunta sobre o comenta sobre los desafíos que tenemos como distrito, uno de ellos siendo el plantel, que no tenemos suficientes maestros. Y eso no es solo nuestro problema, sino que nacionalmente no hay suficientes maestros. Pero Lidia sí comenta que nuestro valle tal vez no es muy apetitivo para mucha gente. Entonces ella, su pregunta al señor Nehen es qué podemos hacer sobre este desafío.
So great question, Lilia. Yes, it is a challenge nationally. Across the state of California and for the Antelope Valley Union High School District. And I think some of our elementary partners have the same challenges. Teaching is a unique profession. It's very challenging. It requires a lot of passion. It requires a lot of ongoing learning. So just that makes teaching a very challenging profession to get into and to remain in. And especially in the last couple of years, it's been a very unique time for our teachers with COVID and with coming out of COVID and some of the new challenges that they're facing. One of the areas that we have been working, and that is in education as well as in other areas, is called the Homegrown Initiative. And teachers who come up here, they move to the Antelope Valley, they work for a couple years. It's not the most inviting place for young people. Our young 20s and early 30s teachers, there's not a lot of the life that they have been used to in other places that they may come from. But students who grew up in the Antelope Valley, they know the valley. They have friends, they have family established. And so we encourage our students interested in going into education to pursue education and to come back to us. We hire approximately 80 to 100 new teachers every year. And we bring them in at the beginning of the year and ask them, bring them into the culture of the district and prepare them to be a new teacher. And I always ask the question, raise your hand if you grew up in the Antelope Valley. Roughly 2/3 of the teachers that we're hiring are from the Antelope Valley. And that's going to help us in the long run.
Very good.
El señor Nehen indica de que este problema de los planteles y los maestros es algo nacional, así que también se está viendo en los distritos de elementarias, así que para nosotros como distrito de la high school sabemos de que la profesión de maestro es una profesión única. Se necesita un continuo de aprendizaje y se necesita también ese esfuerzo del individuo que quiera ser maestro. Lo que estamos haciendo es apoyando la idea de contratar a personas que hayan crecido aquí en el valle, ya que nuestro valle no tiene muchas cosas que los chicos de 20, 30 años estén buscando, no están activos. Pero si estamos enfocándonos en nuestras personas que crecieron aquí en el valle, estudiaron en el valle y les interesa la educación, estamos apoyando eso para poder contratar de aquí, gente de aquí del valle. Él comenta de que cada año contratamos de 80 a 100 nuevos maestros y aproximadamente 2/3 partes de esos son personas que crecieron aquí en el valle del Antelope.
Do you know, I was going to tell you, since young people don't want to come to work here, hire senior people.